Hello everyone, Bertina Amy here, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would do a Dollar Tree DIY beehive wreath. So I'm really excited that I was able to pick up this beehive wreath form, and I also grabbed some burlap ribbon. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of these and take it completely off the spool. Okay, here is my ribbon completely off the spool and folded in half both ways. I'm only going to focus on one of these wreath forms, but we are going to use both of them. And I'm not sure how many of these rolls I'm going to need, but I will let you know when this, sorry about that, when this project is completed. So I'm going to start with wrapping first here. So I'm going to go over like this, although maybe I should try under. I think that might throw me off, but I can go under. I'm going to cover up. Maybe that'll look better. Okay. I'm going to go under and around like this, and then right over to left. All right, and then pull the strings or the strands through. Okay, and then over, and then we're going to repeat until this whole section is done. Then I'm going to do this section and this section off camera as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue the ends and then trim off the excess. All right, so then I have this much left, and I'm going to go ahead and attach this. So we're going to wrap it once that way, and once that way. Okay, so here are the 3 panels all wrapped, and I just want to bring this other one here in. So I made sure that my folded sections were all facing the same direction for this side, but I think with this one, I'm going to wrap going this way. So if I flip this way, that means I need to do this one, and this one. And I'm going to place one on top of the other, the completed one on top of the other. And then I'm going to wrap here, here, and here, making sure to use the ribbon to help me connect the pieces together. And I'm noticing too that probably because of the way I'm wrapping this is starting to get bent out of shape. Or no, they were already bent out of shape. They're not perfectly straight. You know what? That's fine. We'll work with it. In any case, yeah, so I'm going to open another thing of ribbon. This took a ribbon and a half, so I'm going to guess that this is going to be another ribbon and a half. So I'm going to open a new one, though, and fold it in half both ways, and then I'll come back and start working on this one, tying it on screen, and then the rest will be off camera. Okay, so here's my ribbon folded in half both ways. There's that middle part. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping. I'm going to do the big one first, and then I'll do the other sides off camera. And what I'm going to do too is I don't want the yellow bars to be showing, so I'll use scrap material of this ribbon to cover that up on the edges that are still showing. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the reason why I'm being particular about which direction I'm wrapping this is because I still want to continue my right over left. And the first initial wrapping has to be manipulated a bit. I hope that makes sense. So, alright, actually, since it's kind of bunching up, I'm going to go a little less and then start almost like kind of in a corner, and that way it's not going to look too awkward. Sorry, sometimes I get distracted by the craft itself and then I just can't even think and talk at the same time because I was trying to finagle this part, trying to make sure I'm happy with the way it's wrapped around there. So a lot of this can be trial and error, and of course, you can keep finagling until you're satisfied, or you could try to follow exactly what I did. And I made the best of it that I could, but it still turns out looking really good in the end, in my opinion. Right over left. Oh, oops. I don't want the bars to be seen, so I made that mistake there. Go around that way. And then this can go around that way. Okay, so we're gonna go. So I do like to use two, let's see here. Is this the right one? Okay. I do like to use two wreath forms when I'm doing this wrapping method so that I have more bars to wrap around so that I can make sure there's no gaps, if that makes sense, hopefully. So let's see, maybe I should go, you know what, I'm going to go over, we're going to go over here. Okay, and then this one. And then we can always tighten things up, and as we get the other panels on, it'll look nice. At least I feel it will. And I'm really excited about this project because I've been thinking about it for a while now. Let's see. There we go. I think that should, yeah, I can always glue things if they're a little off. Okay, so we're doing right over left, just a friendly reminder. And right now it's going to look like a gap. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this all the way down. I'm going to do it off camera, just keeping in mind to use these bars to help wrap around. Here's what we have so far. I just wanted to show you the progress as well as the back side because I was thinking of actually adjusting this a bit because it like feels like it won't stay put, if that makes sense. So thinking of doing, let's see if I face it the other way and go through here. And then, yeah, I think that looks better. All right, and then I'm just gonna go around both bars at the bottom and then stick the ribbon through. And then this one, I'm gonna do the opposite and go like that. And then, hang on a minute. Yeah, I do want to do it like that. And then we have excess, and then we can just glue that to the back. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then I pulled this through, and then I have plenty of excess from here. So I want to actually cut this one off and then go ahead and do this last panel, and then I'll be right back. Okay, and then use the clip to make sure, hopefully, that it stays in place. Okay, so here is the whole wreath completely wrapped, and I'm going to show you the back here. I wasn't too worried about wrapping this part because it's not being seen on the other side. I did wrap any of these bottom and top ones. At least that's what I'm calling it based on the way it is facing me. However, when I turn this way, I will show you, I purposely didn't go ahead and wrap around this because I wanted this to be where it got hung, so I don't have to create a new hanger, if that makes sense. And then I took advantage of how hot glue works, removed how these were on there, and then made sure it went around both the bars. and that way that helps secure it even more, I think. So I think this is looking good. This is just the base right now. I'm considering this to be the top, and I will be back to do the embellishing. So here I'm taking my bee string lights that I already put batteries in and making sure to test out the lights to make sure that they work because my previous purchase did not. Then I go ahead and unravel the string lights and do my best to go ahead and string them through along the outside edges of this beehive. This does, however, take some time just because you're going to have to squeeze through the little bit of an opening from here and there and kind of do a trial and error to see what will work. And be careful so that you don't accidentally tear through the burlap ribbon with the bee string lights. So as I was nearing the end of wrapping all my bees around my beehive, unfortunately, one of them popped off completely. So I go ahead and show it on screen what I do to fix that, but it's a simple, easy fix, but it does require a little bit of patience to make sure that things stay in place. So here I decided to go ahead and finish wrapping the entire beehive and then fix that situation later. Once that was done, I go ahead and turn the lights on and determine where exactly that light that's missing the bee is. And then I just saw that it had 2 slots on either side of the little sort of plastic tubing, and I placed the wires on either side of that. I hope that's making sense, and hopefully you can see it well in the screen as well. But because it wasn't staying still, I go ahead and add some hot glue to cover it up, and you do have to hold it for a while until the hot glue cools so that it stays put. Otherwise, if you let go of it too soon, it won't stay. So just a heads up, if you have a similar problem, this is what I recommend that you do to fix it. But because it wasn't staying still, I go ahead and add some hot glue to cover it up, and you do have to hold it for a while until the hot glue cools so that it stays put. Otherwise, if you let go of it too soon, it won't stay. So just a heads up, if you have a similar problem, this is what I recommend that you do to fix it. So now we just need to secure the battery pack to the back, and I'm just determining where I want mine. Once I make that decision, I go ahead and grab some scrap burlap and then cut them into small pieces because let's face it, hot glue and this battery pack are just not going to stick because they're both kind of plasticky. So you need something kind of like with more fibers in order for it to stick. So I'm using scrap burlap to help keep it in place of tape. Tape is not good enough for this. As I'm doing all this, I'm also making sure that I'm not covering any part of the opening so that way if I need to replace the battery, I can still do so. So keep that in mind as you're trying to attach the wire to the pack. And before I forget, this ended up taking 3 rolls of this regular natural burlap ribbon. Once that's done, I go ahead and add hot glue to the parts where I added the burlap and place it where I want it on the back of my beehive wreath. And lastly, I go ahead and embellish the rest of this using 3 sunflowers from Dollar Tree from one pick. And then I also saw that they had these cute little pot decor pieces, and they have them as frogs and ladybugs and bees, and I selected the bee because I thought it'd be perfect. And the part of the top of the ladder is very flexible, so you could actually pinch it around the opening of the beehive. So I go ahead and use that and pitch it onto the beehive, and I think it looks absolutely adorable. And here's the final result. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And here it is with the lights on. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.